Let's meet the players in our little drama. On the left-hand side of your screen, that's Baldeep. Baldeep's been on stream before. He has been of instrumental help in helping me get my gear to places before, which has been a huge assist. Yeah. He's been pretty awesome. On the right-hand side of your screen, that's Tex, all the way down from Austin. And, of course, Baldeep, one of our locals here. Baldeep is going to be on Han Blue, while Tex is going to be on Luke. Oop, I just had it. There we go. Luke ECL. Now, Luke ECL is one of those interesting things. Like it feels like it ought to play like Sabine, right? But I gotta reset the match. Hang on a minute. I have completely bonked this up. So it's got a lot of the same tools that Sabine does, but because Luke comes out later with different text and different board impact, it's definitely a little different.
So Baldeep goes by balls. So
yes.
If you hear I'm going to call him balls. So
that's fine.
That's what that means.
That's fine. I'm trying to be a little more proper, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
I
play tested this deck with him on Tuesday.
Yes, so. we both played against him on Tuesday night playing this thing.
You played him in this deck after you were already.
I was telling somebody my little rage quit story earlier from you on Tuesday night. Yeah. Trey's like, "Hey Wes, you want to play?" I was like, "Sure, I'll grab a deck." He pulls out Palpatine.
That started with you. You were like, "Hey,
whatever.
Let's play."
He pulls out Palpatine Colossus.
We'll save that for the podcast.
Fine.
You can listen to our On the Button podcast.
Bloody hell, that was irritating. Bloody hell, that was irritating. All right, we're going to open here on the left-hand side of your screen with an Outer Rim. What are those? Outer Rim Outlaws or something.
Outer Rim Outlaws. So it's a shielded guy. So this is super interesting. So he just took advantage of
the timing rules.
The timing rules because he played with this. This was a question that got asked to the judges earlier. So he plays it. It comes into play with the 2 damage, and then shielded doesn't actually mean it comes into play with the shield. It means when this comes into play, trigger this, and then when this resolves, put a shield on it.
Correct.
This Han deck is a pretty new creation from what I understand, and it kind of can go either green or blue. And when I was talking to him about it on Tuesday, he said he chose this one because he really likes Luke. He can't find anything in green that he preferred to the Luke Jedi Knight top end.
Well, and as we were, I haven't mentioned this, we were talking, but I've been looking at it, right? There's the most played leader in the field today here in Houston is Han 2 from Shadows of the Galaxy. But they're not uniform, right? We have 6 Han green and 3 Han blue. So there's definitely a bit of a split in terms of which Han do people think is awesome.
So I'm curious how much in this matchup, is this going to be a bad matchup for balls because Luke has the ability to deal a damage. So if you put something out with the expectation of it takes all the damage it needs but 1, Luke just murders it immediately.
That is definitely something that Baldeep's going to have to be careful for. The Luke there pinging off the shield off the Outer Rim Outlaws means that next turn he could potentially see that thing get thrown in the garbage. Straight to garbage. We've got a red 5 coming in and a Muppet on Baldeep's side of the board. I continually I disrespect Yoda a lot on the channel.
Fair enough. So that first play of his is going to have to get an attack in immediately, or it's just going to die to no avail.
Yeah, no, he needs to. Well, remember, Luke has to swing in with a fighter first.
Red 5.
Oh, red 5. You're right. Red 5 will simply off it. That's a good point.
I already went down that whole train.
Nope. You are 100% correct.
6 or 5? 6.
Tex looks like a TikTok character. Like there's nothing wrong with him, but just feel like I'm going to see this in TikTok show up about this guy that named Tex.
I think it's amazingly awesome that we have someone in the field in an event here whose name is Tex. Like they're just it can't possibly be any more Texan than that. I just love it.
Boom. Or he could just
he could just open fire it and say, I just don't feel like dealing with your garbage, and we're going to throw it out.
I refuse.
And that's what he does. Oh,
which pilot was that?
Poe Dameron Pilot.
Okay, so he's going to make... Oh, he's playing it as a pilot?
Sounds like it.
I guess it plays as a pilot for 2, but if you play it as 4, it makes a token, and then you stick it on something.
3 to base.
No, he didn't play it. He just played it straight as a pilot. He didn't play it to ground.
Right.
Okay. You almost never see that happen. That's interesting.
It's unusual.
So it is going to be a 5 swing from Poe. And I'm a couple behind, it looks like. No, there we go. Okay. 8 damage
What
on.
does the +1 do? Why does the...
Because while that's a resistance X-wing. While it has a pilot, it's +1, +1.
Yeah, okay. So we've got an open fire to kill a dude, and then a couple of plays to build Texas board. Meanwhile, we have
Oh, another
Yoda
resistance X came out.
waiting around to do some damage, heal some damage, and draw a card.
This is a difficult decision.
Baldeep, very, very deliberate there. This one, smack.
To the base, restore 2.
All right. 2 and 2. Got it.
Restore is so good.
Restore is ridiculously good.
It feels undervalued to me.
Shout out to our friends from Late Night Gaming who are in the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Deploy Han.
I am going to ECL.
Ooh, it's 5. It could be...
Into
Oh, Ayla. I love it. The spice, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to use the base.
What does Ayla do?
You'll see. Ayla's basically Ayla has coordinate. She has first strike. So what's going to happen is Ayla comes in,
What?
coordinate on attack, prevent all combat damage will be dealt to this unit for this attack. She's one of the better legendaries out of Twilight for a reason. And then of course,
I've
Baldeep
never
is
seen anyone play that card.
Oh, I have. She is good. You're going to see a lot more of her coming next set too. Because Green Hero Jedi Republic shenanigans are 100% going to be a thing based on the spoiler list we've been seeing.
So we got Poe. Poe can attack and take out Ayla and take out... Oh, he went first. My bad.
She takes no combat damage at all.
She takes no combat damage at all while he has 3
Ooh.
units, while he has coordinate online.
Severe misplay by Balls.
Yeah.
He was thinking it was more like a Han. That gets,
When she attacks in, yeah, no, it's
but it was
coordinate.
like a one-time thing.
Yeah, no, it's simply a coordinate. When she attacks, she does not take damage back if you have the coordinate triggered.
I attack base for 5.
Okay. Now, Han didn't achieve anything, but he is available this round if they want him with something. He could, Balls could cheapen something in here. He's going to do it. Looks like I'm betting it's a Luke. It is.
Well,
So we're
she's dead.
We're going to use that thing. And, yep, she's going to go out here.
So much healing on Balls' side of the table right now.
Yeah, 5 restore, looking back at Tex, which is not something he's going to be excited about. Luke's going to ping in.
So it looks like he's going to try and off Yoda on the attack. Flip him over?
I deploy Luke.
Yeah, he'll deploy Luke now.
No, I wanted to see the other side.
It's coming.
Yeah, so he's going to deal
Yeah,
3 damage to Yoda.
Yoda's going to bite it here.
I will attack base for 7.
Yep, 7 coming in.
Luke will deal 3 damage to Yoda.
And then murder Yoda.
3 damage? 3
So
damage.
Balls will get a card.
There it is.
I mean, the other Tex could get a card if Balls so chose.
Yep.
I'm going to play a blue leader. Ooh.
And he's going to send...
When played. Okay. Move him down here and give him...
Oh, good
Now, is he
play.
gonna-
Yeah, he's going to do it.
But is he going to smash into Luke?
Oh,
He
yeah,
is.
he's gonna
Okay,
take
he's just
Luke
going to
out.
trade Luke out. All right, so blue leader coming in and cleaning up everything and leaving Tex with the only units on the board here.
Balls is in trouble at this moment.
Yeah, Baldeep way on the back foot now. Nothing on board. I mean, and let's be honest, like, you know, his top end, he's got crates in there, but Tex doesn't need to play cards to win.
No, Tex doesn't need to play anything.
He just needs to swing. In fact, he's already sitting on lethal. One of those X-wing swings for 7, the other one swings for 5. Baldeep desperately needing to draw into like a redemption or something here if he's got one, but I don't think he's got the resources for it. I think he's only got 7.
Can it be confiscated? No. No? This up
No, Luke. That Luke can't be confiscated. It cannot. Poe can.
Poe can be confiscated.
Poe can be confiscated. That Luke has defenses against this sort of things.
He's the only one that can't be.
Yeah, chat talking about the spice and the Luke ECL. I love that Ayla Secura play.
Oh my goodness! Look at Tex's hand. He's got the blue.
The resistance. The resistance
deals damage. These are cards I don't see play very often.
Ooh, you haven't been seeing some of the games that I have then, because that card's been getting a lot of play in certain matchups. All right, so he's going to Fang Fighter. He can't discard Luke. He can discard Poe.
Right, so it'd have to do with
This upgrade can't be defeated by enemy card abilities.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, Luke is immune to that shenanigans, but he can get rid of Poe. So that buys him some time. Looks like I'm trying to figure out what else is in Tex's hand. He's got a Sabine's Masterpiece. He's got that Resistance Squadron. I think it's like an A-Wing or something. That last one is, what is that?
That looks almost like a Mesa's lightsaber.
Let me see if I can pick it up with the ground focus. Nope, I've got the ground. I've got it zoomed in too far. I can tell it isn't. It's a unit for sure because I can see the attack value. He's going to go for the.
Well, it looks like he's about to play it. So.
Some of my cards look the same and have very similar names.
It's a foil or whatever it is. That's why we're having a hard time. One of the reasons we're having a hard time reading it.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to attack base for 7.
Yeah, he's going to go in for 7.
I will deal 3 damage to this unit.
I thought you could only deal 3 damage to an already damaged unit.
Nope.
Oh, that's so rude and so amazing all at the same time.
The deal is you can deal, if you have him on red 5, you can deal 3 with Luke and then 2 with red 5.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna cut it, balls. Just
the Poe's going to
feel
buy
like
him time.
Tex should have just claimed at that point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have. If he claims right there, the game's over.
Right. This gives balls a chance to look at some cards, maybe find an out. I don't know what that out is.
Redemption is probably the only out he has in that deck. And it would allow him to get to the 8 resource round to do it.
I will play red 5.
Okay.
And I will play Sabine's Masterpiece. Okay. And then I will pass.
So the last one that we were trying to make out was it's a foil red 5.
Mm-hmm. It's real hard to come back again against
Yeah,
the deck.
they're just scooping it up. Baldy's like, yeah, we're done here. We're done here.
Tough to come back when you waste a turn the way that he did with Poe, not
Right.
realizing how
Ayla Secura worked. Yeah.
It's easy, and it costs the same.
Yep. All right, well, game 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen, just that quickly. Let's come back here for a minute. Obviously, we're going to be making some sideboarding decisions.
Redemptions, rivals fall.
No. Stop. Don't talk about that stuff. We can see it. We can't talk about it.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. Let them do their thing. I got an ad roll to push, and we'll be back in just.
Oh, we're not looking at the screen. Sorry.
They can't see this, right?
My bad.
They see this. There we go. All right. We'll be back in just a minute, folks. What's up, everyone? Raptor here with a quick reminder about upcoming Star Wars Unlimited tournament coverage right here on the channel. Next Saturday, June 14th, we're going to be up in Austin, Texas with live coverage of the Planetary Qualifier at the Dragon's Lair location as well. That's up there. Just like today, that will be an 11 a.m. U.S. Central or 1600 UTC start time. If you're watching on YouTube, the link to the scheduled stream can be found in the video description below or by following the QR code you're seeing on your screen right now. Covering that PQ will conclude our competitive Star Wars Unlimited streaming here on the channel until Season 1 launches sometime probably in late summer or early fall. It has been a hell of a ride. From Mobile to Denver to Austin, Houston, and Minneapolis, I hope you're enjoying our brand of live streaming Star Wars Unlimited play. If you're in Vegas for the Galactic Championships in a few weeks, come find me. Say hello. Let's have a drink. Let's chat. Community is what games like this are all about. I hope you'll return later in the fall. You'll join us later this year for more live coverage of competitive Star Wars Unlimited events right here on YouTube and Twitch. Yes. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sideboarding continues, and we'll be back with Game 2 here in just a minute. What did you think of Luke? Your first look at Luke ECL there, Trey?
I think it's really interesting. I've seen people build this deck before, but I've watched it. It's not this deck. It's usually like the hyper aggressive. If it's got green, it's more slanted towards like smaller units that are going out, like the Phoenix A-Wing. Or the ones that I've seen the most of are the mono red that just try to jam spaceships until somebody dies.
Yep, I've done that. I've played that deck. It's actually kind of fun.
So I think it's interesting. The Ayla Sakura I think is a good interesting play, and then the Blue Squadron guys that deal damage I think is also an interesting card choice to put in the deck.
I'm surprised you haven't seen the Ayla before. Like when Twilight first came out, she was actually getting some playtime. I saw some people experiment with her in Sabine, right? Simply, she's not a rebel, but she does help you kind of clear things out of the way on the ground for your other units. And I do think that we're going to see more of her going forward, just because of all of the shenanigans that are coming in for force users and Jedi and stuff in the next set. All right, these gentlemen look like they're done with the sideboard. We'll come back to here. Oh, I'm realizing I should have fixed that. All right.
Interesting shuffle.
Interesting good or interesting bad, Tex? You can't leave me hanging like that, man. You're very quiet, Trey.
I am.
Is this your sleepy period you were talking about earlier?
You got sleepy period. I went out. I got warm.
Yep.
I ate
Full belly, and then you got warm, and now you're just like, oh, it's nap time. Why am I doing this stupid Star Wars Unlimited thing with my idiot friend?
I was actually watching balls, and he was just deep in thought, and his eyes
was
were like locked in.
He's
and
glazed over there.
I looked at him, and it was like
All right, we're going to cheat out the Muppet and answer with a black one.
Oh, it's not going to go well. Oh, no, there's no Poe. Never mind.
There's no Poe at the moment.
That's my favorite.
However,
I have a Poe deck that I play.
We
that
know he has Poe in the deck.
Yeah.
We know. We have seen it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready? Yep.
Okay, red 5 of his own.
Got his own red 5. There we go. All these prestige cards.
Fancy spancy.
Have you ever seen anybody play with the serialized
I
card?
have.
Okay.
Speaking of Poe Dameron, there he is.
Well, now he's on, so now Yoda's not long for this world.
Yoda will not be long for the game, I'm afraid.
To the base.
I think he could have passed there.
Probably could have passed.
Because Tech still has two moves to make. He has to attack to deal 1 damage, and then
he's going to ping. He's got to ping Yoda off the
Luke.
board.
Yeah,
he's 100% going to do these things.
So let's see if that 1 damage matters. 2 damage matters.
6 to base.
Now, wait a minute. Are you sure that was Poe? Because he didn't do the damage.
That is absolutely Poe that he played on the. Let's have a look. No, that's Luke,
Luke.
Pilot. My apologies. Okay, I showed the wrong card. That would make sense then. Okay, so that's the Pilot, not Poe. My apologies. I saw green Pilot and just fritzed out.
So
Yes, 5 health.
Balls has 1 action here before
Yoda dies.
Yoda dies.
So he's 100% gonna swing in, which he does. There we go. It makes me so happy to see people using my little tokens that mark the health changes and everything. Like that's why they're there. Just makes me so happy.
And I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it.
People,
remember.
What's wrong with remind?
Because Tex is helping Balls.
No, he's not.
He is. He's putting that +1 out there. He's not making Balls remember that he's got +1.
Wow. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you intentionally. I'm going to be a D-bag to all my opponents. Look at me go.
Absolutely not. They're welcome to remember the stuff that's out there.
Wow.
All right, what do we got here? A 5.
We're cheating out. Speaking of Poe, that is actually a Poe. We're going to cheat out a Poe using Han's game text here.
He was excited about that one. How
He was
quickly
super excited about that
quickly
one.
he flipped all them cards.
He was super excited.
Oh, we got Ayla coming in though, but he
That's,
does not have.
Ayla comes in on the 5 round. So if Tex wants to get rid of this Poe right now, he needs to claim.
No, but she doesn't. I mean, yes, he could do that with Ayla, but he doesn't have coordinate yet. So
He doesn't have
has to
coordinate.
play
No, that's a
something
good
else.
point. He doesn't have the coordinate available. He's going to claim, but
And
he doesn't
may-
have the coordinate
he may
available.
Still ECL it out, but she'll die in return.
That's true. He could ECL her out and just murder and just trade, just trade up. That's not a terrible. That's not a total trash play.
At the moment,
it
Poe's
keeps-
just going to attack and kill Black One.
Well, it keeps Luke Pilot in the game by doing that, right? Otherwise, Poe's going to swing in and 100% discard something to get rid of the pilot, which then Black One folds immediately. So, Ben, it's not possible to leave the cards up that way. It would be a little challenging. The buttons are set so that I press them and the card displays for a fixed amount of time, and then it takes me back to the menu where I'm running the game. If I do it that way, the struggle is when I run into players who play like lightning fast, and I have run into this before, I can't keep up.
There it is.
There's the blue. Okay, so he's going to ambush into the ground arena and just trade out.
Ooh.
He's going to trade out there.
That is. Blue Leader is an
It's such a
all-star
gr-
for him in this game.
Blue Leader's an all-star card in almost every deck it's in. It's just that good.
I guess I just try to use it too aggressively. I don't ever find it doing much. For
Chad
me.
also reminding me that Luke wouldn't actually die. He would just go to ground to become a ground unit because that's Luke Pilot. That's how he works. So we're going to
That's how the card
We're
works.
going to fell the dragon.
Well, that'll do it. Pull him up real quick.
Which one, Luke?
That Luke.
Okay. He's right there on the right-hand side.
If this upgrade would be defeated. Okay.
Yep. Baldeep there coming in with the fell the dragon.
Windmill slamming.
How could he afford that? Oh, he's playing blue. That's why. I'm used to seeing people play this in green, Han, too. Okay, so
How can he afford what?
fell the dragon. I've seen that played
Oh, you mean like as a...
in people that play Han Data Vault. This Han with Data Vault also play Fell the Dragon.
okay.
And they pay 6 for it. And my brain just was immediately thinking
Right.
that's what we were. But no, this is blue. He's totally fine with that.
He gets to pay it at its normal discounted price.
Yes, correct.
The question is, what do I want to do?
I don't know.
So Balls has kept him off of coordinate this game. That's good for Balls. So what is Tex trying to do? He wants...
How did... Oh, he defeated... Yeah, the Luke should be on the ground.
No. Han killed Luke.
Han?
He flipped Han.
Oh, and then he attacked
into
Han.
Luke.
Okay, Han attacked into Luke.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I missed that part. Thank you. I'm glad you saw it.
You were busy hand waving about an improperly priced Felled Dragon.
More than likely. Tex on the button, trying to figure out what his play here is, it looks like.
I haven't done much to base yet. Yeah, and you've got a standard 30 base.
He's sitting on some pretty gas hand there, too. He's got Poe and Ayla. What else is he sitting on in there?
So if he ECLs something out and kills Han...
Put him back. I can't put him back up there. All right, he's coming in with Sabine's Masterpiece.
So now he is going to get to use the Han discount. So he could play like a Luke here and kill Sabine.
Let's do. Oh, you can deploy your leader on that, eh?
Yes, he can.
And then it would be a 3, 4. It would be a 5,
He's
7.
plugged
He'd be an
He'd be
8-8
an
TIE Fighter.
8.
An 8-8 TIE Fighter. Super fun.
So if Balls wants this game to continue much longer, he's going to have to deal with every single thing that comes out. And then
Well, we said it earlier, right? He's 100% going to have to come. He has to have a plan for Luke, whatever it is, right? The Fell the Dragon that he just used would have been a great plan for Luke because Luke deploys, you just murder the unit, Luke goes back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and deploy.
We're going to flip him out. Okay. Now, we're not going to get any value out of him this round. Okay, we're going to cheat out a Tantive,
And
which is,
get a
I
token.
really love this play. And then he's going to get a little X-Wing token to go with it.
This is what I was capable of doing. Oh, you got an X-Wing, too.
It creates a token when played. That's why we're just sitting in there. Just.
I'll claim.
Oh, pass.
Okay. Tech stays on the button, headed to the 7 resource round. They can 100%. He can 100% take out this Tanty, but it's going to hurt. It's going to hit back hard.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have any other units out.
No. He did a much better job building his board in game 1. He's definitely a little behind in that department here.
So Balls is playing with one of the hyperspace, hyperfoil
leaders can't be felt.
leaders.
Okay. My apologies. Chat reminding me that this is why I don't play blue, guys. I'm glad you're all here to keep me on my toes.
On Fellow Dragon?
Yeah, chat's all like, you can't play fell on a leader. I'm like, oh, this is why I don't play. I don't play these damn cards.
Why did the X-wing token die?
Because Luke dealt 3 damage to it when he attacked him, I guess, is my guess.
That makes sense.
But Luke Jedi Knight here murders Luke Pilot.
Luke on Luke violence.
A little bit of Luke on Luke violence, yes. Chat pointing out Han Blue doesn't have a good way to deal with this other than the double minus. Well, there it was.
Going to ECL.
It almost makes you wonder a little bit maybe if something like Out the Airlock might not be a terrible add in this Han Blue deck for certain matchups. So we're going to hard cast a Poe here.
In the loop. And I will.
No, he's ECLing into
Oh, he's ECLing. Okay. He's going to trade. He's like, I'm not going to let you restore.
Yep. So he's
Okay, so we're gonna burn the ECL along the way.
I mean,
okay.
if you're Balls at that point, you don't want to lose the Luke, but it took text 2 cards.
Yeah,
and
he took 2 cards and his base text, so you don't feel so terrible about that trade, I don't think.
Right.
Han's gonna swing in, tech's gonna claim, and we're moving on.
And I don't know what Texas top end is like, what his big bad dudes are. But
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of what he could have. He might.
Balls has some strong stuff in his deck.
Guys in chat that might know this Luke deck better than us, give us an idea of kind of what sort of things that Tex might have on the top end, right? Because Luke wants fighters, but if the game's going to go this long, it feels like you got to have something more.
Texas trying to figure out what he has too.
Texas stopped at 7 resources. Balls is pushed to 8. Tex is on the button, so it's his action.
He's sitting there thinking, trying to figure out
he's trying to figure out what his play is.
Oh.
He's just going to come in with another black 1.
I'm pretty sure Balls is about to slam down a crate dragon or something.
Well, he's got the resources for it. He just swings in with Han to start the round.
What are we spending 1 for here on Tex?
It looks like Mia Nub in his hand, if I'm seeing that card correctly.
I think he has a Poe in hand.
He ECL'd the Poe, the Hyperfoil Poe a minute ago. That was a Chewie.
It's a Chewie, isn't it?
Okay,
so
going to come in with that's pretty solid.
Balls is going to have to get something here that can hit back harder. He's ahead with 3 damage coming on the board.
He's counting. He's counting it up. Does he have the crate? We know they're in there. 5.
Oh, bombing her.
He's going to bomb it.
To deal 3.
Play air superiority. Okay. 4 damage to Han.
What?
This is amazing. You've seen all these cards that people just don't usually play. I love it. Air Superiority is a good card, by the way.
What sort of draft deck is Tex playing over there?
The just because people discount these cards does not make them bad.
I know.
And then he opened fire, and then Tex followed it up with an open fire.
So now our board is clean.
Everybody's cleaned up again.
But once again, Tex burned 3 cards that time, and Balls burned 2.
Yeah.
So Balls is sitting on a fistful, a full grip.
Yeah. I kept hearing Bobby say that in Minnesota, and I was like, "What is that?" Oh, a full grip. I'd never heard that phraseology used before, right? Baldeep resources again, going to 9 now.
Yeah.
I mean, crate would lock this game out pretty efficiently.
Because I was like, oh, last one didn't go that long, but I have other stuff.
Oh, he sided out the crates.
Did he? We don't know that.
No, that's what he just said.
Oh, okay.
He said, I sided out the crate
dragons. Are you sure? Is he lying? Is he bluffing?
He could be. I don't think so, though.
Could be.
He's not much of a bluffer. I don't know if he's any good at it or not. I just don't think he does.
Maybe he just sucks at it.
I guess I'll just play an Ayla.
Okay, just going to stick Ayla on the board and hope good things happen.
Coordinate, huh?
Coordinate. Not unless I can put out 2 units before she dies.
2, 4 for Kanan.
Kanan. So that's more healing. If he gets it off, it's probably just going to do. Ooh, there we go.
Going to bring a Cassian, smuggle a Cassian out of the row and sneak in some damage here.
And then we'll do 3 to base.
And 3 to base.
So that definitely feels like we have flipped over to where Balls is now the aggro player.
For sure. I guess maybe that's the thing about red-blue as a combo that always messes with me. Why I suck so bad with those 2 colors together is you're constantly in this place where you can jump that line between aggro and control, and I am a terrible control player. I'm awful at it.
That's the colors pairing that you suck so bad at? Just that one?
No, wow. Wow. Look at this jackass. Last time I have you on my bloody stream. Unbelievable shade, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Ayla's going to smash Kanan. I probably had that coming, though. Let's be honest. I've played some questionable decks over the years. Oh, there's your spice. Chewbacca Pike's Bane, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I've never actually seen this card in play. I love it.
So I wonder why he paid it at a discount. What's he keeping 3 up for?
Because it has grit, and he wants to put damage on it.
Nice.
All right, coming in with the Phoenix A-Wing.
So he claimed 19.
Baldeep claimed? If Baldeep claimed, he's got lethal. Okay.
He does, but he's got to stay
so
alive.
Okay.
With 6? No, that wins. 6 is going to win the game. That guy having grit is going to win the game.
Yeah. So I'm saying he's got lethal right now. He's only got to do 9, and he's got 9 showing.
Oh, he's only got to do 6.
Did I miss another attack somewhere?
He's at, well,
I missed another
Tex
attack.
is at 19.
Okay, I missed somewhere. I missed another attack somewhere. Okay.
Right at the end, but
So
all right.
He just attacks with Chewie.
Yeah, Chewie ends that. Chewie's a 6 by himself with 1 action. Okay. I missed the 3 damage there.
Why play a Crate Dragon when you can play the Pike's Bane Chewbacca?
Too funny. All right, let's get on to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally, we have a game 3.
I know, haven't had one of these yet today. We had a match go almost to time last round, but it was just a 2-gamer.
Nice to see one. I think I'm okay with what I have.
I mean, the odds of the game going to 8 resources is, I'd say 50-50 at best.
Yeah.
I mean, Tech's making a pretty bold statement there, right? That the odds are low of the game going that long. When you're playing up against I don't care if you're playing aggro, if you're up against a blue player, between his heals and his control cards, the game will take you longer than you are used to.
Now, in Texas defense, I don't think he said he was going to win before they got to 8 resources.
No. What he said was he said it didn't feel like the game going that long just is not. He's like 50-50.
50-50.
Right. In other words, he's like, either I'm going to win or lose before the 8 resource round. But I don't think he's in this matchup. In my mind, Baldeep is leaning more into the control side of things.
Oh, yeah. He's got to wipe the board. You can't have Ayla coming out and doing first strike damage.
Yeah, doing coordinate shenanigans.
You can't have an 8/8 guy that swings through the air and deals 3 damage to just some random dude.
Yeah. Chat's asking the same question I was in. Why would you tell your opponent you sided out your big finishing card in the crates? Like either you're lying or what are you doing?
No combat damage?
Yeah. Took out 2 units with that.
That
Not
was
taking
a
any
problem.
damage back, yeah.
Yeah.
She's good if you get her with the coordinate on an ECL.
Maybe that's the flex.
What?
I'm going to tell you what's in my deck and still beat you. This is exactly what I did.
Do you know, though, you say that's a flex, but, I mean, that's been a thing for a long time. Like, you would sit – I mean, one of the things about this game, Destiny was similar. Like, when you sat down across from somebody with Destiny and they saw your leader matchup, your leader pairing, they could generally have a pretty good idea of what you were up to. I feel like Unlimited is more or less the same way, right? When you sit down with a certain color or a certain leader base pairing across from your opponent, a good opponent will know probably, I'm going to say, 80% of the cards in your deck. Or at least have a pretty good idea. The trick is, what are the 5 sneak plays that you've got in there that he doesn't expect? Like that Pike's Bane, like that Air Superiority, that kind of stuff. All right. Starting in here with a Phoenix in the high, and an Outer Rim Outlaws in the low.
Lots of thinking.
Good to you.
Okay.
Same to you, buddy.
Exactly. I'll see your 3, and you can take 3 of these. 3 of these ones. Yoda.
This feels familiar.
This does feel familiar. I mean, Yoda's honest, arguably the best play that Baldeep can come up with in this situation. Right? The Restore really makes a difference in this matchup.
Yes, but he's got to get those ships off the table.
He does. Lane dodging is not how he's going to win this game. He's going to have to come up with some way to kill these clowns. He needs an open fire would be good here. Just take the attack.
Sure that's exactly what he did last time.
Probably
in game 1. That's what he did. This is what he did in game 1.
But like basically just take the attack from whichever one swings in first and open fire the other one. Just be done with it. Don't take the damage.
Well, he's got to attack with the Outlaws first.
It depends on whether or not he's trying to prevent damage or not.
The red 5 kills it immediately on attack.
With the red 5.
Oh, you're right. My apologies. I forgot he was on the button.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. 100% correct. So yeah, get that damage in first.
So now it kind of deprioritizes how quickly he needs to attack with the red 5 because the damage has already been done.
Damage is done, right. It doesn't matter.
Let's open fire on Yoda.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Speaking of open fire, he's like, you're not the only one with this stuff in your deck. Now that does
Here
leave
comes a 5.
There we go. I was going to say, with the open fire spent, that leaves Baldeep open to a nice value play on the ground, and that's what he gets.
I will play him.
Okay, coming in with 3-6 total in the high orbitals here.
I mean, Poe's not going to last that long.
And deal
1, 2, 3.
damage to Poe.
So all he's got to do, he gets 1 attack unless he can kill.
Yeah.
Poe only needs 2 more damage to lose, so all he has to do is attack with red 5.
Yeah, Poe's going to swing once, and then red 5 is going to murder him.
Unless he can stop. Unless he has his own open fire here.
Let's see.
That would be handy.
But he does have 5 extra health to play with. Maybe he just wants to get the 8 damage in.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think I would push the damage. I mean, you're putting Tex at 11 on the 5 resource round. That would feel really good.
Oh, 11 left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What are we doing? Okay, the hammerhead, and he's got.
He's going to kill.
2, 3, 4 damage.
Okay, now he's
There
going
you
to.
go.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, he has a way to kill it there.
Oh my goodness!
With the hammerhead coming in.
I've only seen this deck like the one time when I played against him on Tuesday, but holy crap, does it feel good! Like looking at these cards play,
Yeah.
like it's got some powerful plays.
It
Very
does.
exciting.
The hammerhead is a really really good value play in this deck.
You like that kind of deck, though. Oh, I love that. You love that, yeah.
So what? We're on 5.
Yep, it's the 5 resource round.
I think if you're Tex here, you want to attack because you want to force Poe to make a choice. You want Balls to either choose to not push to put 6 on your base and kill the A-Wing in hopes that you stop him from deploying Luke next turn, or try to push through the 8 damage on the base.
Chad asking if we've seen a hot shot maneuver. We have not seen hot shot maneuver out of Tex. I would be shocked if it wasn't in there because that's one of the best cards that Luke can play in this kind of a deck.
Which one does that do?
When you spend 1 and I think you attack with a unit, and for every on attack ability that unit has, you deal 2 damage to a unit,
Okay.
and then the attack completes. So like Luke on red 5 with hot shot maneuver just blows things off the board. It's ridiculous.
Right. But I don't know what Texas is going to, like.
It doesn't.
So
I mean,
if you put 8 in here, if you're balls, that takes him to 14 damage, and then you immediately claim.
I'll be honest. I think now that the red 5 is done, I don't think I would push based. I don't think I would go to 8. I would deal the damage, but I would deal it to the A-wing if it's still alive.
So Tex has a Sentinel.
Okay,
card.
we're gonna sneak attack Sabine's tie-in. I'm sorry, sneak attack.
It's going to deal
ECL.
4. So he's going to kill the Hammerhead here. Well, you got to pay for it. Come on.
Because
Tex.
he's going to give it. He's going to give it, but it only deals 4 damage. It's not going to kill it.
But Luke's going to kill it.
Luke can kill it. That's
Luke will
true.
finish it
That's a
off.
good point.
Luke will finish. He's got to pay for it. Come on, Tex.
3.
So now balls can attack and deal 8 to the base.
Okay, ready?
Here it comes.
To base, and let's discard and do 2 to that.
Yep, 6 to base, and he's going to clear the A-wing. I like this play a lot.
But now he has to kill the Hammerhead.
You did the 6, right?
There, he spent the resources for the
Okay.
tie now. Finally, he's going to ping. He's going to ping the Hammerhead out.
So 14 and 8 is 22. Okay.
Well, it's dead. How many
think
resources do you have left?
2 left. I think he claimed here.
I'll claim.
You can't
Yep.
really do anything. Oh, he's thinking about putting Han out.
Oh, okay, he's got a Luke. He could have deployed Han there, but I think I would have claimed in his shoes as well. Han, one of the nice things about Han in this deck, he's not really a critical thing. Like his flipping him and getting a little damage out of him is nice, but it's not critical. It's not something you're making a big push for.
So I'm curious if Balls is going to be able to finish this turn. So if he's at 14,
Ready?
I think it might have been better at that point to do the damage to the base, because he just hit his base for 8. So if he had done the 2 extra damage to the base, he would be at 22,
Well,
which is dead to Han.
He just went 8 to base.
Right, which puts him at 20.
Yep.
Whereas if he'd have left him the A-wing and instead put that damage on the base, he's at 22, which is 3 away from dead, which is how much damage Han does.
So this goes back to the dilemma that you and I were discussing earlier, right? You're riding the line between control and aggro. So at what point do you know instinctively which line to be following? And to me, this is a mistake that I would make, right? Because this is when you pair red-blue together, it's like, okay, what am I doing, right? Am I aggro or am I control? And in Baldeep's shoes, I would be doing exactly what he's been doing, which is keep Tex's units off the board to the maximum extent that I can without compromising my own board, right? And he's been doing that.
So I have a flag in my head that I just constantly leaves. It constantly checks as to what's going on the board and how much damage I have left to do to win the game and how close I am to doing that. So that would have been one of the calculations I would have done. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily done great against the Sentinel that got thrown up there.
Kiari Mundi, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of crazy Jedi shenanigans. 5/7 for 5, another good card in Han. Just because you can cheat him out on 4 for a 5/5, like that's not terrible.
So now Han has to kill the Sentinel.
Yeah, I think you just kill the Sentinel here and be done with it. Yep, Luke's just gonna go ground.
Sentinel.
But
here's the thing: Luke can't kill Kiadi,
Nope.
and Tex has to claim.
I think that's game.
Tex has to claim here and either pray a whole bunch.
well, that's what Tex just said. I think.
yeah,
That's game.
and I think Tex is right.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
there are no
I mean-
cards in his hand that can play.
He's
So he
got
has to
what's he?
claim.
He's sitting on Poe, and I can't tell what the other one
Ayla.
is.
That's Ayla.
Well, the ECL's burned. Ayla gets him nothing. Yeah, swinging in
So
with
that,
Luke.
that lost the game.
Baldeep
right there.
claims, and then you're done.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is.
GG.
So I wonder, what did he draw? I saw the 4/1 E-wing. I didn't see with the other one. I don't know what Tex would have drawn that might have done something better. But
Any of my sideboard cards that game.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Baldeep coming back from an early game loss in game 1. Going to claim games 2 and 3 and go stay undefeated here, going to 4-0.
our locals are putting up strong games.
I got
on
to say,
camera, man. That's 2 in a row.
Richard's been looking good. Baldeep been looking good. There you go. You know what? I think Baldeep needs to go out and win this whole thing, and then he can just retire. Just call it. Be like, yep, I won. I'm at the top of my game. It's never going to get any better. We're done here.
Just never sideboard the crate dragons back in.
Yeah, I still can't believe he sided those out. Although Tex was right. He didn't need him in Game 3.
He didn't need him in Game 3, and they
played,
didn't make it to 8.
Game 3 played very differently than Game 2 did.
Yep.
I think that's something interesting about sometimes about this game is that you'll find yourself in situations like that where you think you know a matchup and yet a game will surprise you. I would never have pinged that these two decks would go to like 9 or 10 resources in Game 2 like they did, and yet that's just how it worked out.
Yeah, that's how it worked out in Game 2. Sometimes they just get that, though, where like the cards come out are so evenly matched that they just exhaust themselves into each other. You play something and I kill it, and then I play something and then you kill it.
Yeah.
And we just kind of peter out and things keep moving on.
Indeed.